What's a random terrifying fact that will definitely keep us up tonight? You are covered in living organisms. Most dust is your dead skin cells that have flaked off. Your pillow is full of mites eating that dead skin, and your parents never really loved you. Not just covered, inside and out. Your body is a thriving ecosystem. You're a rainforest to billions of living things. That actually makes me kind of happy. Keep on keeping on, little human body critters. Sudden death syndrome is a sudden, unexpected death which may occur during sleep. Most sudden deaths are known as sudden arrhythmia death or sudden cardiac death syndrome, where a seemingly healthy individual experiences heart failure without any precedent or warning signs. My grandmother died of this at the age of 40 when sleeping. So did my mum when she was 40, asleep. I also have the same disease as the both of them. 20 years left then sleep experiment. Here I come. Just don't sleep when you're 40. Easy, it's only for a year. Yeah, this is similar to the broken heart syndrome, which is a malady that kills you a few nights after your soul dies. It's not as common these days, but in our grandparents' great-grandparents' time it was very common. There was no scientific explanation for why people died so suddenly after their soul mate. No raise in heartbeat or brain damage. Pretty weird, huh? You are not your body, you're a brain. That fucked with me way more than it should have. Well played. No. That fucked with your brain way more than it should have. Your brain is bothered by the fact that your brain is controlling you. Do you feel weirded out by the fact that it was your brain bothered by the fact that your brain is controlling you? No. Your brain feels weirded out that your brain is bothered by the fact that your brain is controlling you. I bet you're freaking out right now, right? Nope. Your brain is freaking out right now at the realization that your brain is weirded out that your brain is bothered by the fact that your brain is controlling you. There are 35 to 50 active serial killers in the United States. Makes me wonder how many deactivated serial killers there are out there. I don't live in the US. Ha! Private browsing is not as private as you think. Sitting at a desk all day puts you at higher risk for developing blood clots. Have you been a bit short of breath today? Maybe a touch of heartburn. It's probably not a pulmonary embolism. Probably. The NSA estimates there are over 300 million potential terrorists in the United States. Well, according to them, shit like Googling C4 makes you a potential terrorist. So there's this thing that's called a false vacuum collapse. The basic idea is that the resting state of the universe is state which has the lowest amount of energy. We see this all the time. This is why crystal form, that arrangement of the mineral, requires the least amount of energy. But sometimes there's a lower energy resting state available, but it requires a kick to get it over an energy hump before it can reconfigure to that lower energy state. So the theory goes, what if vacuum isn't the lowest energy state of our universe? What this means is that if we could provide that kick to get it over the bump and create a blob of space that's lower energy than vacuum, the entire universe would essentially recrystallize. Virtually instantly. You wouldn't see it coming, and the laws of physics would change. This is one theory on how the Big Bang could have happened. Actually, the collapse would expand at the speed of light. Maybe a collapsing wave is already incoming. Captain America has Puerto Rican flag on his suit. I thought Captain America's flag came first? Puerto Rico first got its flag in 1952, while Captain America was first published in 1941. So Puerto Rico has Captain America's flag. Actually, Puerto Rican flag was made in the late 19th century, but it had cyan blue on it instead of royal blue. The design was later changed and adopted in 1952 to the dark blue one. Source: and Puerto Rican. Apple makes more money in 1 second than you will in your entire life. Actually, this is a bunch of bullshit. Google says that Apple makes about 4.5K every second. But yeah, you'll die of 1,000 spiders up your nose tonight, so may it'll be true. So they make more in less than 10 minutes than I will in my lifetime. I feel much better now, thanks. This still doesn't really bother me. I mean, it's a company. One of the biggest, in fact. But when you tell me a baseball player makes like $40,000 every at-bat or something, that perturbs me. 90% of the media is owned by 6 corporations. Joke's on you, that's only true in the US. Yeah, here in Canada it's 4. Russia got one. The people you care most about in the world could be gone forever at any time and with absolutely no warning. Once you lose someone close to you like a parent, this thought is in your head every day, and it's fucking terrifying. A flood basalt eruption is capable of wiping out an entire small to medium country under lakes of lava that stretch beyond the horizon in every direction, and leaving no trace it had ever existed or been populated, in a display that can go on for hundreds of thousands of years. They also take hundreds and thousands or millions of years to occur. There could be a flood basalt eruption working its way up through the planet right now, and we wouldn't know. Trump is a legitimate presidential candidate, and people like him. Your existence, everything you ever do or accomplish, even if you become the most successful person in history, isn't even a tiny blip in the solar system on any meaningful scale of time. In the scale of the universe, everything you are and know will become as insignificant as a speck of dust buried on Mars, except that speck will exist longer than you will. I find this a very comforting thought. Consider my failures and fuck-ups on a cosmic scale, and hey, suddenly they don't matter anymore. Inside your body lurks a real, human skeleton. I have a real fear of skeletons. One night I took NyQuil and I had a panic attack because my brain was trapped inside my skull. From the moment your heart started beating, you've been in a race with the Grim Reaper. A race you'll eventually lose. But what if I run really fast? You just lose faster. Sleep paralysis can get anyone. The most important thing to remember during sleep paralysis is that it cannot hurt you in any way. I had it on and off a couple years ago, and it is nothing to worry about anymore. The easiest thing to do is to ignore it and go back to sleep. Gamma ray bursts can happen when a very massive star goes supernova. The inner core collapses into a black hole, while the outer layer explodes outward. In a few cataclysmic seconds, an energy output equaling what our sun will produce in its lifetime is poured into two narrow beams of raw destructive power emerging from the star's magnetic poles. If one of these went off close enough to us and hit our planet, all life would be sterilized in an instant, our oceans would boil, and we would all die. How much forewarning would we have? None. No warning. It travels at the speed of light. Edit. Some people seem to think that we would have time to prepare. The problem is information cannot travel faster than the speed of light, and the gamma rays are traveling at the speed of light. You literally cannot see the gamma rays coming ahead of time. If you see them, they are hitting you. You could conceivably monitor the state of the star and make a guess when it's going to go supernova, but when you actually observe the supernova, that means all that light has already traveled to us. No warning? Everyone dead? Earth uninhabitable in a split second? Nothing to worry about then. I won't miss anyone, nor will I be missed, nor will any of us suffer. Never fear the eventually immediate. Be cautious of the potentially drawn out. You can never actually see what is behind you. A mirror, you say? Can you trust it? Fucking vampires. At some point in the 1970s, the USSR built a system called Perimeter, nicknamed Death Hand. This system was built to work as a fail-safe in the event of a nuclear strike. Perimeter would automatically launch multiple ICBM missiles, without the need for input from a human. There are conflicting reports on targets, but it was either enemy cities, New York, Washington, etc., or the Earth's atmosphere, rendering life on Earth impossible. Now with the fall of the USSR, you would assume they dismantled such a system. Nope, it's still running at this moment, right now. A computer from the 70s is all that stands in the way of eliminating all life on Earth. One wrong input and that all she wrote. It was designed to be unstoppable once triggered. You have never made a thought in your life. You don't even know how. Thoughts happen to you. You don't even know how to work your stupid fat fingers. You can, but you don't know how. Personally, I enjoy this fact. If you are ever lonely, know that you aren't alone. You are literally a team of trillions of things working together to live and kick ass. If you put enough matter and energy in a place, it will eventually come up with a name for itself. Water will always take the path of least resistance, and often creates an exponentially stronger current when that path comes across obstacles that affects its depth and or width suddenly. This is one of the reasons flash flooding is so dangerous, although it applies to other kinds of floods as well. And unless you live on a mountain or in the desert, flooding is always a possibility. Mountains and deserts are some of the most dangerous areas for flash floods. Just because you can't see him doesn't mean he can't see you. Your DNA is undergoing a constant repair process for the damage caused by toxins, gamma rays, free radicals, including the very oxygen you need to survive. When that repair process misses a repair, you end up with cancer. In other words, you probably have at least one cancerous cell in your body right this moment, and your repair systems will take care of it. Probably. The majority of living cells that make up your body are not yours. One day you'll see somebody you love for the last time, and chances are you won't realize it. What's a scary fact that'll ruin our sleep? Leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.